Hey guys, if you like this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys like the video and subscribed to my channel. It helps make these videos worth it going forward. Hey guys, Altcoin Sherpa here with a crypto market review. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not an expert. Do your own research. So I think that the only chart that really matters right now is the BTC USD chart. Any small moves to the downside is going to send altcoins like negative, 10 or 20 or 30 or 50% or who knows. So the basic premise that I have right now is that Bitcoin is very choppy. I actually don't know. I'll just rephrase this video too by saying I actually don't know where this is going. I actually am fully expecting like something like $45,000 in the coming weeks. I just don't know when it's going to happen. And why did I choose 45,000? I think it's kind of like one of the significant breakdown areas, and a daily level. Like price just nuked straight through this daily level on around 45K, and it should certainly be some resistance on the way up. But I mean, I still am expecting this area or maybe even as high as 50K in the coming weeks. I think that it's likely that a lower high in the short term is formed. I don't really believe that this will just make a V-shaped reversal. Bitcoin did make a V-shaped reversal back, of course, in March of 2020. Like this is a V-shaped reversal here. And this big move down was much more significant in terms of the overall market compared to our recent move down. I mean, this right here was really scary. Whereas this move right here, this is definitely not fun. But in terms of the amount of liquidations and where crypto was at back in March of 2020 relative to where it is today, it's not the same in my opinion. Where are the levels that I'm viewing? I mean, there's quite a few of them. On the weekly time frame, we have 32K, this level held. We also have this 38K area, which is also kind of this range high on the weekly close. And price right now is just ping-ponging between these two levels. If you look at the daily, this is a level as well, around 40K, 40,500. Price is just going to ping pong between these levels, in my opinion, for the next few weeks. I think that we actually see, as I said, I do think that we see a move up to 45, like eventually. Whether or not that makes a lower high or not, let's just see. I mean, I would not be surprised at all to see something like this. And then a rejection. Now, the question is, does price go down to the lower 30Ks again before it goes up to 45? I honestly don't know. It certainly could. As I said in the last crypto market review, the bottoms in general take long times to resolve. So you can see again, like in February, this bottom took like over a week. And price just kind of ranged around for like a week or two and just didn't really do a whole lot. Same thing back in January. And early February, kind of late January. Again, this bottom took a long time to form. You'll see this kind of crazy spiking price action in both directions. It just takes a long time sometimes after big moves for bottoms to form. Now, is this the bottom? I honestly can't say. There are some, excuse me, some critical levels that I'm viewing. 28K is the area that I'm really viewing, and I think that everybody is looking to get long around there if it comes back. The problem is that now that the swing low has been established, there is likely going to be a lot more liquidity down right below it. So like anywhere around 25K or like low 20s, this area certainly would be like a pretty interesting area. And this would be like a pretty interesting, like solid long in my opinion. I think that this is like a pretty good opportunity if it comes. And it wouldn't surprise me at all to see something like this where price ping pongs around, heads up to 45K or maybe even 50,000, starts coming down, take out the lows. Everybody gets bearish, thinks that BTC is going to like, $5,000, and then we see like some sort of big reversal at that point. The bottom line, though, is that I do believe that Bitcoin will consolidate for the next few months. After a big move is established, price will probably ping pong around. Now, there is the argument, well, Bitcoin just could be done for a while. Maybe it just goes to $15,000. Maybe we see the big 80% drawdowns that we've seen in the past. That is certainly possible. I mean, like, I don't want to say so because the 2 years in the bear market in 2018 and 2019, that was not fun. Like a 75% drawdown from like where the all-time high levels were, that would put Bitcoin at like 15,000. Never say never. I personally do not think that this is the case or what's going to happen. However, I'm preparing for everything, and to me, this is still. It doesn't look great, of course, on the weekly time frame. Like if you zoom out. Again, like if you look at my former crypto market reviews, I was very, very scared about this overall price action here because this looked like distribution to me because of the way the candles like were closing, because of the high sell volume, because of the massive volatility. But in terms of the bull market just being straight over, like I don't think so. But again, never say never. I mean, like there are a lot of arguments for why Bitcoin just like straight looks bearish. I mean, this is not, as I said, this is not reaccumulation. This is not like a bullish, like continuation, like at all. This is just like bearish overall. And unfortunately, Bitcoin has a trend where it generally is either very, very bullish or very, very bearish. There are situations in 2020, though, where price consolidated, but the market structure is way different. Like, for instance, if you look at the overall price action that we saw in 2020, price consolidated for quite some time. It had these long accumulation, kind of like these long accumulation periods where price just ping-ponged around, didn't really do a whole lot. And this is why decentralized finance and altcoins really flourished in the summer. Now, is it possible that we see something similar this year in 2021? Absolutely. This move down again was just really terrible for the market, but it flushed out so many people, and there was so much liquidity collected on this big move down that price just grinded back up. And in my opinion, this was one of the few times that I can remember that we saw a V-shaped reversal on Bitcoin. We normally, like the last bear market after the big blow off top, we saw this long accumulation period in 2018, 2019. Now, is it possible that we see this long accumulation period happen for BTC in the summer of 2021? I do believe it's entirely possible. There are some distinct differences, though. Like back in 2019, 2020, the market structure was way different back then than it is now. Like, we saw this former all-time highs followed by like lots of grinding down from, what was it, like 14 to 6. And then obviously the big shakeout in March. And this is like kind of a huge move up, followed by a massive retrace. What I'm expecting to see personally is lots of consolidation for BTC over the summer. And that's one of the reasons why I am actually cautiously, I'm very, I don't want to say bullish on altcoins because the altcoin charts look like shit, but I'm wondering if that is an argument for altcoins doing well in the summer, because there's a few factors going for altcoins, and I might do a video on this later, but the fact is that BTC probably will be entering a ranging consolidation period where we see candles similar to how we saw it in 2020, like the August and September areas of 2020, or June even, where price is just accumulating small candles, low volatility. Maybe we see something like that happen here in June and July. It's entirely possible. And if that happens, then altcoins will have a decent environment to thrive in. With that said, the altcoin charts look very poorly. And on high time frame charts, like we could see something like kind of head and shoulders type of pattern play out. It's entirely possible that we see something like this where And this isn't really a classical head and shoulders in my opinion, but like you might see something like this where you see price kind of grind up to like 50,000 and then come back down. The bottom line is that I feel that 65 or so, and wherever price bottoms out, be it 25 or 30, that's going to be the next range for the next few months. Now, if price starts closing below like 25K in high time frame charts, I'm really scared. I think that anything is in the cards at that point. Like, it's entirely possible that we're just done for a while and we go back to a bear market for a few years, and that's what happened. But there are a few reasons why I don't think that's happening, and one of them is because, to me, this didn't really seem like a parabolic top. In 2017, we saw a massive parabolic move for BTC USD. Price just did not give two fucks. It went from like 3,000 to 20,000 in like a very, very short amount of time. And whereas this move, obviously, like from 10 to 60 is very impressive, but the market structure was way different in 2020 because it had many instances of accumulation, as I said before. There were there was a big shakeout where lots of liquidity was collected, and then there were many accumulation periods where Bitcoin kind of ranged for a while, and then it had an expansion. To me, it didn't really feel euphoric. Like, I fully believe personally that Bitcoin will go to break all-time highs in 2021. I just think that it's going to take some time. And Kobe had a interesting tweet back in January where he said that, Bitcoin might have a blow off top at like 60K and then just consolidate for a while, and that's looking like it might come true. Something like this example might play out. But as of right now, I'm not trading on low time frame charts. I think that it's very choppy right now for lower time frames, and I wouldn't trade personally unless you're an expert trader. So, bottom line for me on Bitcoin, I think that 45K or so will get tapped in the coming weeks. I don't know if it'll go there or 50K, but I still feel strongly that 45K will get tapped. That's my area of interest of where I will be de-risking a little bit on my spot altcoins. If it's entirely possible that the low 30s come again, as I said, it takes several days for bottoms to form. And after such a big move, it would not surprise me at all to see like more ranging. So I do think that 45K will come, but whether or not 30K comes again before that time, I honestly don't know. I would be looking to put spoof bids in the 25K area personally. I think it's entirely possible that happens eventually, but whether or not 45K or higher or those are like kind of like my areas of interest. Whether those come first, that's to be determined. Again, everybody's eyeing the 40K region as well. This is also a significant area of interest, like the 41K. It's just an SR flip, like the 42K area. And obviously price broke down from that as well. But right now, like, you can make arguments for anything. Like, you can say like, inverse head and shoulders if you want. It's entirely possible like price comes back down and like some sort of something like that. It's entirely possible that price just makes a lower, like these are lower lows here, and then like it's just like very choppy. Like, you can see lower lows form, but also like a higher high. So on lower time frame charts, it's very confusing. The bottom line is that you can make arguments for a lot of things right now, but I don't really know if anybody truly has a great handle on where Bitcoin is going in the short term. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it wasn't probably very beneficial or helpful, but those are my thoughts on the market. This is the only chart that you need to look for, in my opinion, is the BTC USD chart. Altcoins I would just stay out of right now. I'm just kind of day trading them. I bought 2 days ago and then I sold like pretty much all my position yesterday. And yeah, that's kind of my plan, is just take it day by day. But good luck and don't get chopped up.